Hey Pisces, I'm doing a reading for you for the full moon in Leo. Pisces, at this time, I feel like you're almost like missing romance. I feel like you're having like a lot of nostalgia about past relationships, past loved ones here. And I feel like it's like making this like craving, like this yearning for somebody special, somebody that you really could trust, lean into here as well, right? Like I feel like there's very much a space where you're doing like I feel like you're spending so much more time like thinking about the past and like thinking about your future, and it's like Pisces, like today is today. Like if this was like a person, a situation that was supposed to be here for you, they would come in for you, and I feel like you're realizing that here as well, right? I feel like you're spending a lot more time with loved ones, right? Like if you don't have like that special person, I feel like you're spending a lot more time with your children, with your family here as well, like people that genuinely love you and care about you here as well, right? With that being said, I don't feel like your options have like slimmed down, like although you're like wanting like the romantic situation, this romantic person here as well, right? You have several different people that are still coming in, like offering you these love relationships, like telling you how beautiful you are, how special you are. But I feel like these are not the people that you're wanting to come in. So I feel like you're just kind of like, nah, I'm okay. Right. First out, we have knowledge. I feel like you're spending a lot more time to yourself in the comfort of your own home. I feel like there's going to be a space here at nighttime, especially at nighttime, right? Where you're having like downloads of information. I feel like you're going to be a lot more spiritually in tune and connected at nighttime, right? Like, and I feel like the more that you are almost like staying up a little bit later, I feel like that's when these downloads are coming in. I feel like you're gonna be shocked, surprised, absolutely like thrilled that like you're getting this information here as well, right? And I feel like you're using this information to get to the next step, to the next chapter of your life here as well, right? Like I feel like there's gonna be so much knowledge, like, and I feel like you're using it with wisdom here, but I feel like it's almost like the gift of discernment, right? Like you're knowing like what is something for you and what is something for somebody else here as well, right? And I feel like that's really helping you change course, change your direction here as well, right? Like I feel like you could have been involved with several different people, several different energies that, I mean, just wasn't clicking right. And I feel like you were knowing that and feeling that here as well, right? As you're going on this new direction, I feel like there's going to be a huge shift involving your finances, involving a marriage situation, involving a partnership here, right? I feel like there's going to be a huge, like, I feel like it's out of nowhere. You're just getting these shifts of like, I want love. I want a relationship. I want something, you know, like it's something that you're wanting, like not just any connection. You're wanting a genuine, loving connection here, right? And I feel like it's almost like putting you on this path to where like, hey, you're being a lot more open and accepting as to like what types of partnerships here that you're wanting to like genuinely connect to, right? With that being said, with this Two of Cups and this Two of Swords, I feel like you've been once again allowing certain people, certain energies that were not for you. Like these were not your connections. This was not something you were supposed to be involved in here as well, right? And so I feel like that's really pushing you into a shift here where you're really cutting things off with certain people, certain energies that are no longer for you. They may have been for you like for a lesson, you know, for a blessing, but it wasn't for a lifetime. And I feel like that's the huge shift that you're having here with yourself. Now it's really the time for you really to go into a space where you're growing yourself, you're growing your wealth here as well, right? Like I feel like you're using whatever toxic, negative situations could happen to you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Could have happened in the past here as well, right? Like I feel like there's a space here where you're almost like using these things to like boost you up and push you into a space here where you're really growing yourself through like the pain, through the hardship here as well. Oh, thank you so much. I love you too. Right. I feel like there's a space here where you're not carrying like the toxic patternings, cycles, the hurt that you've experienced from certain people, certain aspects within your life. You're not carrying that with you any longer. You're shutting that down. Like these things happen in order for you to grow through them instead of continuously carrying them throughout your life here as well, right? Let's get two more. And then we have the King of Wands with the Seven of Wands. Yeah. I feel like this toxic patterning, I feel like this hurt situation here could have been happening with a King of Wands. That could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or I wanted to say Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo here as well, right? I feel like this was a situation, it almost had to like break you to build you up here as well, right? Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. Hey, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I feel like this is a situation who came in and it was supposed to break you to build you up so you can get to the next chapter, so you could really figure out who you are and what your worth is, right? I feel like there was an attachment to the situation here that wasn't healthy. It wasn't helping you, and I feel like you were a lot more constricted than you were necessarily wanting to be here as well. And then we have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this is a situation that I feel like you could have set up a lot of boundaries, a lot of walls within this relationship. But I feel like once again, as you're going over this nostalgia, I feel like these feelings keep coming back up for you here as well. And I feel like there's a space here where you're really wanting a reunion, right? We have the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I feel like the more that you're tuning in, tapping into this energy, this love frequency here as well, like the more that the things that you're genuinely wanting are going to come in here as well, right? And then we have the Star. I feel like if there's been a situation here involving this King of Wands, that there could have been separation. There could have been a lot of things that could have like almost like torn this thing apart. Like it's being healed. Like you're being strengthened through it here as well. I feel like these boundaries were necessary in order for you to like kind of fix like what could have torn you up, what could have hurt your feelings here as well, right? But as there's been space, as there's been time, I feel like it's allowed a lot of healing energy. It's allowed you to like really figure out who you are and what it is you're about. Oh, thank you so much for liking and subscribing, by the way. Yeah. We have the Five of Swords and the Temperance card. Yeah, I feel like if you've been dealing with an Aquarius, I feel like there's been a lot of frustration. I feel like there's been a lot of irritation here as well. I feel like it's time for you really to separate from this energy. I feel like in order for this to really have it coming back together, I feel like there's going to be a lot of wisdom imparted on this person, on you here. There's going to be a lot of work that has to be done here as well. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. And then we have the Empress. Yeah, I feel like if there's been any like I feel like there's almost a space of like enrage within you. Like as this person came in, I feel like there could have been a lot of hurt, a lot of chaos, a lot of frustration. You could have said you were doing this, but you didn't do it, and so now my feelings are hurt. I feel like that's very much the space you were coming through here. I feel like you're really taking the time out to work on yourself. I feel like you're needing like huge upgrades, huge shifts within yourself. And I feel like if you had stayed connected to these energies, it would have taken you off your path, off your mission here as well. So I feel like you're going to work on yourself. And the more that you're doing that, the more radiant you're becoming, right? We have the Empress and the Sun card, right? Like there's a space here where you are everything. You're everything. And I feel like this is something that these people have realized about you here as well. And I feel like they almost could have taken you for granted. So I feel like you're really separating yourself in order to just continue to put that focus on you, grow yourself. How can you make yourself better here? How can you work on yourself, right? And so I feel like instead of putting so much light on other people who obviously didn't treat you how you should have been, I feel like you're putting that light, you're putting that beam on you, right? Like you are the light at this time. And I feel like that's almost why like these people were coming in and like attaching themselves to you, because you are so wonderful. And I feel like the more that you stayed attached to these negative energies, it almost like dimmed your light. And you were realizing that here as well, right? Oh no. Three numbers. What? I don't know, y'all. I've been seeing 111 for the past like 5 days, like 6 times a day. I'm seeing, that's all I'm seeing. 111 all day long. That's only three numbers that yeah. Hello. Yeah, I talked to him about it. What's been going on with it? Oh, well, what are the issues? What are the issues? Right? We have the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. I feel like there could be a Queen of Cups around you at this time. I feel like they are thinking that they're getting these opportunities. They think that they're getting all of these financial situations here. But I feel like there's a lot of chaos and confusion wrapped around this situation, right? And I feel like this is very much an energy who is like staying so focused on like, this is where I'm going to get this blessing from. This is where I'm going to get this miracle from. This is the relationship that I'm going to have. Like, I feel like they're so dead set on this one thing of how things are going to play out. And I feel like it's just not playing out like that. Like, I feel like the more that they're so like tunnel vision into this one aspect of life, into this one relationship, into this one partnership here, it's tearing the world down here as well. It's creating a lot of chaos and confusion within their own life here as well, right? Oh no. And then we have the Eight of Cups. It's going to take this Queen of Cups walking away from this opportunity, right? I feel like it's being presented as an opportunity, but it's really not. It's going to take this person walking away from this opportunity here for their life to get back on track. What's your sign? What's his sign? What's wrong with being friendly? You know, sometimes people are like that. Like sometimes we, with relationships, like sometimes we get connected to certain people that are, okay. Oh, see, yeah. See, in Libras, oh, my mom is a Libra. Okay, Libras are very friendly. They have friends everywhere. I dated a Libra for a couple years. Libras can seem very friendly, like overly friendly, a little flirty here as well, right? Like, and I feel like that would definitely create a lot of issues with a cancer, right? A Cancerian man. Cancer is very good. I love cancers. But with Cancerian men, they are very protective over family, right? And if you're giving them a reason to like make them think that you're not there wholeheartedly, then I feel like they can start pulling away a little bit. They're protecting their emotions, right? So if it's a situation that they're feeling uncomfortable in, what a crab walks to the side, they walk away. They're not letting you see that they're walking away from you, but they are walking away from you here as well, right? And that could create a lot of frustration. Now, keep in mind with Cancers, that's the opposite sign of Capricorn, right? But keep in mind, they still have the same traits. So Capricorns and Cancers, yes, they're going to be focused on their money, right? Like their finances, their career. How can they build up for their family? And how they show up for their family isn't necessarily what would be acceptable to a Libra in here as well, right? Libras, they want to be very connected. They want to talk about things. They want to conversate. I just saw 4-4. Yeah. I mean, of course you're going to like money. Keep in mind, Cancer and Capricorn, it's on the same axis. I don't believe in the 13th sign, right? I don't believe in that 13th sign, right? And then we have the World card. I feel like if there's been any chaos here, right? I feel like if there's been any chaos, any confusion here, I feel like there's going to be a space where you're really just walking away from it. You're putting it into it here. I feel like there's going to be a space where you're going to have to be the bigger person, right? And I get this here from the Five of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the World card. If you've been dealing with chaos, with frustration, with confusing situations here, a lot of hurt actions and uncertainty, you're walking away from it. This is what your intuition is truly telling you to do. It's time to put an end to the frustration here as well, right? Yeah, men can be more focused on providing. And a lot of men don't know how to show affection. Exactly. Exactly, that's lost though. He said men can be more focused on providing. I also don't know how to show affection, and so providing may be his only form of love. And keep in mind, when you have that mindset, when you come home, you're trying to decompress because you've been out there hustling, trying to gather, right? Men are gatherers here as well. They're the hunters. They're gathering it up. They're hunting it out. And so, like when they come home, they're decompressed and they're detached here as well. And there's a lot of emotions that they're like continuously trying to cover up. Although they have this love, they don't necessarily know how to show it. And especially Cancerian men have so much emotion, right? And they act tough. Like I'm telling you, even though they're water signs, water sign masculine energy is like almost like overly like try to be masculine here as well, right? Oh no. I'm so sorry. You know, I've been a single mother, like my daughter's 6, and I've been a single mother, since I was 3 months pregnant. I mean, and I didn't have any support. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. You make it do, you know? You just have to put one foot in front of the other. What's the next right thing? What's the next right step? And if you're not feeling loved and supported and cared for here, like, then what's the point, right? But if it's a marriage, I don't know if I'd necessarily give up on that, right? And amen, get you some child support. Yep. The 13th sign, maybe it's an octopus. I really don't know. I really couldn't tell you what the 13th sign is. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if there's been a lot of frustrating situations, I feel like you're giving it space. Like you're allowing yourself to really to separate yourself. If somebody's bringing in frustration, confusion here as well, you're not going towards that, right? Like now's really the time for energy to, and then we have the Five of Cups. Although you may feel sadness for this separation, it's time to let go of anything that's been hurting you, from sneakiness, from shadiness here as well. Yeah, we have a whole lot of cards that are talking about ending the chaos. Like I feel like there's been somebody who's been very sneaky, very shady here as well, and you're putting an end to it. Now's really the time for a new beginning. And then we have the Hangman. It's time for you to start seeing the situation differently here as well. I feel like there's been a space where you've just been focused on how am I going to leave? Who's being sneaky? Who's being shady? Who's been causing chaos here as well? I feel like that's not your focus any longer, especially here with the Hangman. Like you're understanding like, hey, like this is what these people are doing, but like, what are you going to start doing for yourself here as well, right? And I feel like that's really helping you kind of get it together here, right? All right, guys, let's get one card out for how you can appeal this energy. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for all the support. All right, guys. One card, it says block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention, so it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what is important. Right? You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. Only you can do it. You know what's been taking you off your task, your priorities, what is important to you, your children, your finances. Like, it's time to take all of these things away from the equation. It's time to be successful. It's time to have some victories. Like, what are we going to do next here as well, right? All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in, and I will see you next time. Bye.